Hello and welcome to We the Pink Table. Join us as we delve into the world of Dr. Sameera Gupta, a trailblazing physio-occupational therapist who specializes in obesity management. Welcome to We the Pink Table, Sameera. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Swarn. Thank you, Renu.
Welcome to We the Pink Table, Sameera. I'll start by asking you about the 360-degree holistic approach program, the wellness program that you launched. Tell us a little more about it.
Yes. First of all, I'm really honored to be on this particular platform.
Thank you.
It's really lovely, the kind of work you guys are doing. And I've just about spent 27 years of my life in my practice.
Wow.
And that is basically certified into occupational therapy and practice into physiotherapy. I looked at a lot of women out there, a lot of people out there who are struggling with a lot of not only pain issues, but also weight issues.
Right.
And it's just a very simple thing that we try and understand that coming from a paramedical course from, say, GS Medical and KM Hospital, we understand the anatomy, the physiology, and also the psychology of the patient. In the first 5 minutes that I sit with the patient generally, I understand what are the approximate pain points. But to understand it better and have a little bit medical and scientific approach, we have the power of 360, which analyzes with pre-existing health issues. So we get documentary evidence with any tests or any kind of counseling that we think is required in the initial first phase of the consultation. Then we start the treatment, which is with a USA FDA approved machines and also scientific measures that we take in terms of exercise, diet, and our machine programs. Thereafter, we are sure shot that we are going to be guaranteeing the results, whether it's pain or to do with weight.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's truly a 360-degree approach,
Seriously,
yeah?
all round.
Thank you so much.
So what are the specific challenges that women face in obesity management? And how do you specifically deal with, do you have any special program? I know you said it's a 360-degree, but is there something special that you have developed a program regarding?
Yes, of course, we have specific women-oriented programs, and now that I understand that it's not only the physiological part that we understand there are issues like, say, there is a spondylosis or there is a spondylolisthesis, or if there's a fracture or whatever it is. You know, patients are generally saying, oh, I have a thyroid, like basically hypothyroidism, or they say they have been suffering from PCOS for like that many years, or even a blood pressure. I just understand one thing. Patients do not understand the gravity of the situation, because if you are not marking the BMI, that is a body mass index, understanding the body composition analysis is very, very important. So we do it in a very scientific manner, what I say. We understand the pain point, the problem, basically physiological problem. Then we also try and understand the psychological problem, because that is a very important part which is unseen. It can only be felt.
Right.
And that only through experience. We sit down with the patient, we understand the pain points in terms of physiological and also the psychological. So women by and large have a lot of issues which they carry. And unfortunately, we are not very open in our societies to talk about it.
Not very vocal about it.
There's
not,
emotional eating. I think so many
Yes.
women put
The
on weight
EQ.
because,
Yes. So the EQ is very, very important. So understanding we do not, as women, a lot of women do not address their problems as their problems in terms of physiological and psychological. Like physiological means addressing the problem, understanding whether an X-ray, MRI or blood test is required. The first thing when you tell the patient, they're like, okay, why don't we just treat it superficially?
Correct.
Can we avoid, because maybe there's financial burden on the family.
Correct.
It could be that. It could be, certain things they like to put it on the carpet because they don't want to know, because they are basically the captains of their ship. Whether they like it or they don't like it, it's just the burden that they're carrying with their daughters, their children, their husbands, the mother-in-laws, or even themselves, basically.
Multiple
I think they do
burdens,
not
yes.
even understand the gravity
Of the
of
years.
the
This is what
situation.
me and Swarn discuss so many times, that women are actually going through problems which they themselves either do not acknowledge.
They don't want to
or they're aware
acknowledge the
of it.
problem.
I think what happens is they're so busy living their day-to-day lives that they don't even realize कि ये हो रहा है हमारे साथ.
Most of it, the word is denial, the big D.
Yeah.
So the big
Yes.
D. But I believe in the 3 Ds, that is desire, determination, and dedication. So if you have the desire to get fit, and you are dedicated, you are determined to do the program in terms of weight management, because weight is not just something which you're looking fat. It's not that. It's a lot that you're dealing
How
with.
you're feeling about
You're
it is
feeling,
more
your
important.
confidence level
Yeah.
is shut down. Like I remember I was 88 kilos. I was myself 88 kilos. There was a time I gained post-marriage, post-kids. I gave a lot of importance to everything out there. Everything, like a normal Indian woman, like everything. But I realized that my confidence was shaken. I was, my physical abilities were shaken. I could not climb with my kids, without a lift. There were so many things. But when I kind of took it upon myself for the medical aspect, because I had underlying issues in terms of my backache, also my mental issues, because I was also dealing with a lot of, self-esteem issues, self-confidence
I
issues.
guess all of us are dealing with
And
it
then
at some
I
point.
started scaling that down because of medical reasons, because I realized I was pre-diabetic,
Correct.
I was pre-hypertensive, and I'm very vocal about it. I was asked to start taking thyroid medication. I was like, boss, this is not happening. I'm from a very, reputed school that we all are from, Jamnabai Nursery School, and I was among this, good sports persons there. I could not believe that I had to undergo this. So if I was undergoing this, in spite of going through a good medical college, undergoing to the best schools in Mumbai, I still was dealing with a lot of underlying issues. So I said, if I'm dealing with it, I'm sure a lot of them are dealing with it. So I took up this program where I learned to deal with obesity through physiotherapy. So I train in physiotherapy, I train in obesity management with my ideal understanding of anatomy and physiology, scientific methods. Now I brought my weight down to almost 30 kilos, and I've helped a lot of women out there deal with the aches and pains and the issues of weight gain.
Yes. So, doctor, tell me, how do you practice and promote body positivity, especially that you mentioned about obesity in women?
Okay, body positivity is basically about yourself, the confidence with which you decide to walk and walk your talk. So if you feel that you're comfortable in your skin, it's great. But we also want to understand the science behind it. So understanding that if you are talking about body positivity, if you are dealing with some kind of back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, your underlying obesity will dampen that pain.
Correct.
It will enhance, it will work like a catalyst. So we always tell patients to be positive in their life, but to also understand and address their pain points. So always address the problem, whether it's a D3, B12 calcium, address it, low hemoglobin, address it, take your supplements and work on it. Give your 30 minutes a day to work on yourself, chanting, maybe whatever it is, it could be an Om chanting, that gives you positivity. It could be anything that gives you that alignment of your mind. Your mind has to be aligned and you need to walk your talk. You have to give positive aura so that people around you look at you positively.
So true, but there's one question that always comes to my mind that, we talk about the D3, B12, calcium. अभी आप हमारे नानी और हमारी दादी को ही देख लो, उनको कौन सा D3 और B12, but they were always so...
Still at 50 today, how you and me are looking versus what your mother and my mother looked. Look at the difference. We are all walking our talks. We want to look fit. We want to look good. Back in the days, they didn't understand me. My parents, I don't think they understood how important, they all understood how important it is to get money, to run the house, to work for the kitchen, work for the kids. But
basically make two ends meet.
Make two ends meet. But I think they were too busy with that. And now the awareness, the mental, the physical, the physiological awareness is so high. We just need to imbibe it in our day.
There wasn't so much information there.
There was not so much information.
Kuch
bhi nahi tha. So positivity is about how you look, how you are. If you are positive in your mind, you are going to ooze confidence, ooze positivity. And that is when you're going to walk your talk. And people will
हाँ, उस वक्त इतनी रिहाना और Beyonce
और there wasn't social media at that time ना, जो आपको बता रही थी, you have to look also a certain way.
There is no social media, there was not enough digital information, there was some lack of information, if you ask me.
What role does physio-occupational therapy play in the reproductive health of a woman?
Well, most importantly, core strengthening exercises. The pelvic floor exercises are very, very important. So reproductive health is basically when we have patients who are suffering from PCOS, hypothyroidism, who are having infertility issues. We've had a lot of patients who've had that. And because of the weight, there's something known as idiopathic infertility. That means the cause not known. And the cause is not known, why the person is not able to conceive. So most importantly, the patients are told, try and lose weight. Because the tests are done, the scans are done, everything seems to be normal. Every single thing. So what happens, there's something known as idiopathic infertility where the patient doesn't know what is the reason for it. So one of the causes could be obesity in itself. So I had patients where we made them lose 10, 15, 20, 30. One had lost 27 kilos with me.
Wow.
She conceived not one but 2 times back to back.
Wonderful.
And now she's a mother of 1 daughter, 1 son, and she runs marathons. And, we've changed lives. We've touched lives. That's all I can
So
say.
heartwarming to hear that. Now, when you hear of a success
Yeah,
story,
yeah,
people
yeah.
like living good, blessed lives.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you share an excellent rapport with all your patients. You have this unique bond. So they come to you, approaching you, asking you to make these tailor-made therapies for them, because of their different workplace. Is that how they ask you, or they come up with their own, the impediments that they face, and they ask you to do any tailor-made?
Yes, of course, we do tailor-made stuff. Like we have certain protocols that we follow, and we understand the problem of the patient, whether they can come to us, whether we can go to them. So the way we work in 3 modules. We work online worldwide. So even today we have Washington DC, San Francisco, we have Melbourne, Nasik. There are people who are approaching us from Indore, 2 tier, 3 tier cities, Bhopal. We do online consultations for them. So that's diet programs and exercise programs worldwide. Second thing, we do OPD. So when patients come to us, so we are in Jew, Bandra, Rich Candy. So when patients come to us, we treat them depending on their pain points again, whether it's only pain management or weight management. So with pain management, then we do the regular physiotherapy, occupational therapy, whether splint, etc. is required. In case of the hand, elbow, they need a splint to just align it in normal anatomical alignment. If they need the joint particularly needs to be done there. For the weight management, we have machines, we have diet programs, and we have exercise programs. So totally tailor-made. Like say someone like you who walks in and says, you know what, I don't want to do anything with any machines. I don't want any artificial methods.
Right.
I'm fine with it. I'm absolutely fine with it. We just go on the normal exercise, which is physio or OT based. We do the diet plans with my dietitians. We have nutritionists who are really diabetic educators. We do PCOS diets. We do thyroid-related diets. Low glycemic index diets. Those kind of things. And we have patients to get awareness, not only just a diet, chart.
Yeah.
We make them aware of what is better than what,
Correct.
which has a lower glycemic index. So that is, it's very science-based.
Right.
It's very, research-based basically.
Right.
Because we have experts on panel. So it is tailor-made. So if you say, no, I only want a diet, I want to try and do that, sure, why not? Say, no, I think a little bit of exercise, but I have my trainer. So we talk to your trainer.
Yeah.
We kind of personalize it. And that's when the rapport building happens. And we have a WhatsApp chat with the patient and our therapist. So it's more personalized.
It's like a complete family union to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
Patients say ना मैम आपके साथ बात करने से ही थोड़ी सी बात बनने लगी है बात बन जाएगी we have not even begun and that's also that's what I said, we touch lives and we try and help them gain confidence in the program and we tell them to start small, take baby steps, not like okay let's take 20 kilos, let's start
Right.
3 to 5
Then,
kilos
yeah.
a month, let's see, you're traveling, no worries, whatever we can do, we do our best.
As someone who's so passionate about women's health, what is your favorite self-care activity that you indulge in?
Oh my God, I love cycling. I love biking and otherwise my walks, my 10,000 steps are like a real must do.
Wow.
So I've been practicing yoga for last, I think, 17 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I have a yoga therapist who comes in like twice a week, no more than that, I can't manage it. And I walk at least, 3 to 5 times a week, giving that 30 to 45 minutes care, self-care to myself. And that is my me time. I think it's very important. Either it's a walk or a yoga or a biking. Cycling.
It's very important.
Something that's my
your
me time, mera time.
But
it's
how
like-
do you suggest, like women, who are so busy, housewives running around doing stuff, how can they sneak in an activity in their, action-packed day? And especially if they're going to work as well.
Yeah,
So what
so-
kind of activity can they do?
So basically, if you understand, cardio efficiency is 200% more in the morning. But in case you have that many things to do, work out any time of the day, your time, mera time, me time. Me time is your time. You can define at 11 a.m. in the morning, 11 p.m. Take a
Right.
walk, do a jog, do a yoga, do anything that is relatable to you, not because I'm doing it. I'm saying 7 a.m., please don't do it. A friend of mine goes at 6:30 a.m., I should do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do anything before 8 a.m. I'm unable to do it. For whatever reason. Maybe I'm reading late night. Bombay life is very hectic. It's not about just being hectic. It's just your priorities. So you need to prioritize that health, that 30 to 45 minutes now of exercise or me time. Trust me, is a game changer. And I did it for myself about 17 years ago. My son is 17 years now. He's going to be 18, but I know that I did it.
Wonderful.
I was really, the doctor just told me, these are the medications, this is your prescription, started.
Yeah,
said, you know
and you
what?
need to give it to yourself.
I just owe it to myself. And I saw my parents really suffering. And I don't want to suffer. I don't want those bag of, medications be walking around with me. I want to be independent. Minded till I'm alive, till I'm alive and I'm alive to help anyone. I always practice what I preach. So that 30 to 45 minutes is a game changer.
I'm sure you're going to lead a very healthy life and a very long life. But
long is not important, healthy is important.
Yes. But if one was to ask you that, what would be one healthy snack, which is your favorite snack, in a day, what would that be?
Well, I don't know whether it appeals to everyone's palate, but I love avocado.
Oh, I think all of us do.
So avocado on toast, multi-grain toast, just a single toast, but a lot of avocado on that.
Yes.
I think it's with a little a dash
It's
of
already
olive
mouth-watering. Should we order one, right?
A dash of olive oil and a little chili flakes. I think it's just a game changer. It just takes you that evening before dinner. I always want to have early dinners, but sometimes it's not possible. So I like to have that, and I'm good for the day or the night or whatever rest part of the evening.
That's an anytime snack.
I think it's an anytime snack.
Snack, even a meal sometimes. Because sometimes it can be quite filling.
Yeah, absolutely. An avocado, smoothie, I think it does.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's healthy and it's delicious.
Absolutely. Low glycemic index, that's what it is.
What impact does occupational therapy have, or physiotherapy have on chronic pain?
Well, so core strengthening is what it is. So even if you're dealing with any kind of aches and pains, which is extremely chronic, like we have patients with ankylosing spondylosis, patients with low back pain and slip disc, etc., disc prolapse, when they're dealing with it in a chronic way, we talk about strengthening. So it's always about muscle strengthening, core strengthening, your hamstring stretches, your quadriceps, your shoulder joints. So it's not about the pain, but it is a solution to the pain. The solution to the pain is just one. And address your pain points. What is it? Is it due to a certain deficiency? It could be anything. I've had patients who didn't even know that they had uric acid. We understand uric acid plays a lot of crystallizations on the joints. So these could also be. So first of all, you have to understand your pain point. Address it, deal with it, and also strengthen the muscles around it. You can't move that particular joint, but definitely the proximal and distal joint around it. So if I have a pain here on my tennis elbow, which is extremely chronic, but my shoulder should not become frozen because of that. My wrist should not be frozen.
Yeah, I remember battling the severe frozen shoulder, which was so excruciating pain. I think it was more than my labor pains. And now yes, and it was a very painful time for me. Coming to this, Dr. Sameera, tell me, women crossing 45, 50s, touching their 50s, go through that pre-menopause, menopause, and with that comes lots of aches, pains,
hot flushes, mood swings,
correct,
bloating.
So how do you deal with this when you see a woman coming? Because at that time, she's a package of all these issues. So what is your first take when you meet such women?
So first of all, my first consultation is to just talk therapy. Understanding their problem. What is it? Is it marital dispute? Is it the child that is bothering them? What is really the trigger? See, you are already undergoing so much. So then there is a trigger. So first of all, understand what is the catalyst. Is it marital disharmony? Is it a child bothering you? The child's results, something, they're all having those midlife crises. Everyone.
All of them.
Someone or the other. So first of all, understanding the pain point. So addressing the problem. And not trying to be a counselor, but just giving
a friend
them a
more.
Give them a
listener.
Give them a year. Just be a friend to them. I think that is very important. And trust me, most of them are just crying. Their tears rolling down. And I want to go slowly one step ahead and understand it. Because most of my patients are, in the first 10 minutes, I think I see them crying. And I'm okay with it. And I'm like, it's fine. Because we all have a lot of baggage and we're not able to talk about it. Unfortunately, to most people.
Because everybody's so judgmental.
Yeah, people are judging and people, "Arey, why are you doing this?" अरे boss, होता है, सबके साथ होता है, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, आपके साथ भी होता होगा. And I think it's fine. So first of all, talk therapy, okay? Then understanding that there's actually an underlying physiology. Is there actually something happening? Is there a problem with a fibroid? Or is there endometriosis? Understanding the thing. Is there actually bloating? Any allied medication that, does she need a gynec help?
Right.
So then I will guide her, please go and see this gynec or go and see your gynec. There are no underlying packages that we want to give them, but we always advise that why don't you consider seeing an orthopedic if you think there is a problem here. So we'll do a complete blood test for sure,
Yeah.
understanding if what are the levels, like say if you have a low estrogen level. So obviously because you're perimenopausal, your calciums are going to go low because
Yes.
their cell productivity is almost getting over. So you're not taking enough sunlight. We understand the nature of work. Most of the women are driven to the kids, the family, they're married to their work. They're unfortunately not married to their mind because you are the captain of your ship.
I like that, married to the mind. I like that.
You need to be married to your mind. You need to align it. You are the only one who is the owners and you are the captain of your ship. If you allow it, allow it, it's going to happen.
Do you give them any resources outside of support networks?
Of course.
Not necessarily like a doctor, but any support network where they can go and talk to people or be.
So
with
yes,
people?
so I'm also a founder of my own community that is Spirit 360, and that is where we have a lot of support, allied paramedical doctors, consultants, just counselors, where we are doing teenage consultation. They are doing it, I'm not doing it, but I'm allied to them, that they're doing at very, very, very affordable rates that they kind of help support teenagers, because teenagers are undergoing through a lot. Teenagers are like sponges. They don't realize when the moms are crying, they're also crying, but you cannot see their tears.
Right.
And they don't talk about it.
And they don't talk about it, especially boys, they do not talk about it. Girls, they cry and we wonder why they're crying. But they're crying because we are crying.
Yeah. We don't realize that children soak in a lot.
They get-
From
They're
a
like
very small
sponges.
age.
They are like literally sitting there, they're like sponges because there is whatever noise going on in the house, they are,
Taking it in.
They are the bearer of all that. They're bearing all that, and we don't realize it because we feel the doors are shut. The women are somewhere. I think they are the captains. They need to take onus about their issues, and because they are running the show.
But somehow, yeah, exactly, they're running,
running the show. They don't realize
but
it.
The thing is, they don't realize it, but there's so much responsibility on them of others.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Yes.
how do you
So your
like,
coping capacity has to increase. So my coping capacity is better, so I can deal with my husband in a particular way. I deal with my child, my mother-in-law, my sister, battling whatever losses. I have to be honest about my mental and physical.
So that, I think, like you said, taking that half an hour every day for yourself. is
30 to
very-
45 minutes is, trust me, if nothing at all, take a 5 minute, do whatever that mental peace.
Yeah, your me time, like you said, yeah.
Mera time, M-E-E, me.
So, Dr. Sameera, women have so many responsibilities entrusted onto them, it's home, work, in-laws. And I have also seen that there are many cases erupting of osteoporosis, Parkinson's, and arthritis in women. So, what is your basic evaluation as to why is there this sudden escalation?
Okay, so a lot of all this leads to a lot of stress, right? So first of all, understanding your stress point is very important. Whenever you're stressed, your cortisol level increases. So the 8 a.m. mark to the 4 p.m. mark, if you test and you address the problem, you start taking medications if it's required, not necessary. Check it. If it's there, then use a supplement for that. Because the minute you take care of that part, your stress levels come down. But in order for it to naturally get combated, you have to increase your endorphins. And endorphin release happens when you are exercising.
Right.
So when the exercises are increased, if the pain is addressed, and when you increase your slowly exercises, the stress hormone gets combated with the endorphin hormones, right?
Right.
So that in itself is very, very important. Understanding the pain point, addressing the problem, exercising regularly, most importantly, putting yourself in the front is very important.
Yeah.
And that is what is not happening. So whether it's an early stage of Parkinsonism or an osteoporosis, trust me, everything can be worked around, provided you address it. Most people don't want to address it. But that is what the awareness is. Women need to address the problems. They are the captain of their ships. They are the captain. They are the pillars of the home. They can improve lives. They can destroy lives. And that is what it
Absolutely.
is.
She's a homemaker or a home breaker, like they
She
always
is.
say that.
She is.
Yeah.
Doc, have you ever tried any quirky exercise or diet trend yourself?
Yes, of course. We have been doing all sorts of things like doing the. I've always wanted to do the triathlon, that is the swimming, running, and the cycling.
Oh.
Yeah, and I love it. I think I've done it, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and rope climbing and just bungee jumping. You have to try that endorphin release, that adrenaline
Yeah,
rush.
it's a different
to
rush
see
altogether,
it.
yeah.
What really that ZNMD feeling, where there is this is it. This is one life, and try whatever you think works for you, because it's one life.
Yeah.
You seem to be in a lot of fun mood. Asking you, let's say for a day, if you get to move your clinic somewhere to some exotic location with your patients, where would that location be?
Well, being a cancer sign myself, I think I love water, and I think anything close to water really intrigues me and excites me even more. So I think Goa is a great location, and I would shift my clinic for a day. In fact, a couple of years maybe. To Goa, and the fun element there is that you get people fit to walk, talk, run, jog, and dance.
And Susegad.
Yes, of course.
So you'll be inundated with calls after this show because you'll have all your patients asking you to take them to Goa now.
Yes, of course. We'll be happy to do that. It's like one of my favorite places in India. Why not?
Tell me, what would be one piece of advice you would give the 18-year-old Sameera?
One piece of advice is be the change you want to see. If you want to be fit,
That's my favorite line, yeah.
Gandhiji's words, be the change you want to see. See what you really want to see, not because someone else is showing it to you.
So what is your motto in life?
Well, never ever give up. Try and try hard and try and succeed as much as you can in whatever way you can.
Nice.
How wonderful.
Now we'll give you some empowering words and you have to respond with the first name of a woman that comes to your mind. Strength.
Dr. Sameera.
Resilience.
Dr. Sameera.
Wow. That's nice. I like that. Empowered.
Indira Gandhi.
Courageous.
Renu.
How sweet.
That's
Thank you.
lovely. Inspiration.
Swarn.
Oh, nice. Compassion.
My mother.
Oh,
How sweet.
My sister Gina.
and love.
My sister Tina.
So sweet, and thank you for getting us in the mix. Though she is inspirational, I have
That
to
is
say
very,
that.
very
I have to
humbling.
say that.
Dr. Sameera, some rapid fire questions for you from me, Swarn. Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Fries or salad?
I thought you'd say salad.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee me. Coffee and me.
Morning time or bedtime?
Bedtime.
Pink or blue?
Blue.
Diet or exercise?
Exercise.
Gym or spa?
Spa.
Mumbai or Dubai?
Both.
One is where the heart is, one is where the home is.
So you've already given me this, but avocado or smoothie?
Avocado.
Almonds or peanuts?
Obviously almonds.
Baked goods or sun-dried goods?
Baked.
Dreamer or realistic?
Both.
Wonderful.
A good mix of brains and the heart.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Sameera, this has been such a wonderful interview. We personally know you as a stalwart in your industry, but
Yes.
more than that, you are a wonderful human being, and thank you for touching so many lives with your positivity. We wish you the very best, and thank you so much for being a part of We the Pink Table.
Thank you so much. It's just been 27 years where I have touched people's lives, and I just feel I have 27 more to go.
So, Dr. Sameera, something very small from me and Swarn to you. It's a lovely gift hamper. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much, Swarn and Renu. It's truly an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.